Hello and welcome to Rootvolutionary. Today we're ranking the 5 most exceptional Union Major Generals of the American Civil War. When the topic of the Union's finest commander arises, a single figure typically dominates the conversation: Ulysses S. Grant. Yet Grant did not secure victory single-handedly. Serving under him across numerous battlefields were major generals. These officers led entire armies, influenced the direction of major campaigns, and made critical choices amidst combat. Some were lifelong military men, others were civilians who volunteered and ascended to high command. But no matter their origin, each played a vital part in achieving a Northern triumph. These are the top 5 Union Major Generals. Before we reveal the list, it's important to understand how military ranks functioned for the North. At the conflict's outset, the standing U.S. Army was a compact professional body, largely filled with career soldiers and designed primarily for duties on the frontier. The Civil War's commencement transformed everything. The Union now urgently required massive numbers of soldiers, resulting in the establishment of a parallel structure, the United States Volunteers. These were regiments formed by the individual states. Their officers received appointments from the President, confirmed by the Senate, and frequently held provisional ranks that were valid only for the war. This two-tiered structure meant that many of the North's most crucial commanders technically held the title of Major General of Volunteers, not in the permanent army. But some individuals held dual ranks. Whether they were educated professionals or civilian fighters who demonstrated their worth in battle, these were the leaders who guided the Union to success. Kicking off our list at number 5 is Winfield Scott Hancock. Hancock, who would become known as Hancock the Superb, first gained significant notice at the Battle of Williamsburg in May 1862, where his effective charge against Confederate forces helped to steady the Federal line. Already a brigadier general of volunteers, his conduct won him extensive acclaim. At Gettysburg, Hancock took control of the Union Center on Cemetery Hill and Ridge and was instrumental in coordinating the defensive efforts. During the famed Pickett's Charge, he stayed on the front lines after receiving a severe injury, declining to be moved until the assault was completely defeated. Elevated to Major General of the Volunteers near the end of 1862, Hancock subsequently commanded the Second Corps through the brutal Overland Campaign and the prolonged siege of Petersburg. He was named a brigadier general in the regular army in August 1864 and later received a brevet promotion to major general in recognition of his service. Arriving at number 4 is Philip Henry Sheridan. In 1862, he was made colonel of the 2nd Michigan Cavalry and earned a promotion to brigadier general following a determined defense at the Battle of Boonville. His intense and driven leadership in the Western Theater captured Grant's attention, who transferred him east in 1864 to lead the Cavalry Corps of the Army of the Potomac. That spring, Sheridan conducted an audacious raid near Richmond and overcame J.E.B. Stuart at Yellow Tavern. Later that same year, he was placed in command of Federal forces in the Shenandoah Valley, where he secured a series of triumphs at 3rd Winchester, Fisher's Hill, and Cedar Creek, where his famous ride to the battlefield rallied his men to a critical victory. For these accomplishments, Sheridan was elevated to Major General in the regular army and later played a key role in blocking Lee's final retreat at Appomattox. And now we reach the top 3, beginning with George Gordon Meade. Meade first began to distinguish himself during the 1862 Maryland campaign. At South Mountain, his division assisted in rupturing the Confederate line at Turner's Gap, and he also fought at Antietam. His reliable command earned him a promotion to Major General of Volunteers that November, and he later directed a crucial and lone Union penetration at Fredericksburg. On June 28, 1863, merely 3 days before the Battle of Gettysburg, Meade was surprisingly placed in command of the Army of the Potomac. He rapidly redeployed the army and guided it to a critical victory over Robert E. Lee. At Gettysburg, his composed and strategic defensive planning, particularly during Pickett's Charge, proved to be a decisive factor. For his actions, he was promoted to brigadier general in the regular army. Meade stayed in command for the remainder of the war, collaborating closely with Grant throughout the Overland Campaign, the Petersburg Siege, and the final advance to Appomattox. Though his reputation is often dimmed by Grant's, Meade's command at Gettysburg and afterward was essential for the Union's final victory. Securing the number 2 position is George Henry Thomas. Thomas guaranteed the Union's first significant victory in the Western Theater at the Battle of Mill Springs in January 1862. For this success, he was promoted to Major General of Volunteers in April, and his steadfast, careful approach to command became his defining characteristic. At Chickamauga in September 1863, Thomas maintained the Federal line under a violent enemy assault, gaining the immortal nickname, the Rock of Chickamauga. He was promoted to brigadier general in the regular army soon after. In December 1864, he achieved an overwhelming victory at the Battle of Nashville, effectively demolishing Hood's Army of Tennessee and securing a promotion to major general in the regular army. During the war, Thomas led the Army of the Cumberland in pivotal campaigns at Chattanooga, Atlanta, and Nashville. Recognized for his unflappable demeanor and systematic methods, Thomas stands as one of the Union's most capable and frequently underappreciated field commanders. And the number 1 Union Major General is undoubtedly William Tecumseh Sherman. Sherman first proved his merit at the Battle of Shiloh in April 1862. For his capable leadership there, he was promoted to Major General of Volunteers. In 1864, he assumed command of the Military Division of the Mississippi and initiated the Atlanta Campaign, compelling the city's surrender on September 2nd. He was promoted to Major General in the regular army on August 12th and soon commenced his famous March to the Sea, a devastating campaign that crushed Southern infrastructure and morale. In early 1865, Sherman's Carolinas campaign delivered a final, crushing blow, leading to the surrender of Joseph E. Johnston that April. After the war, he was promoted to lieutenant general in 1866 and succeeded Grant as General of the Army in 1869. Well, that concludes our list. Do you concur with this ranking of the top 5 Union generals? Or perhaps you have a different selection in mind? Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you find value in our content, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to Rootvolutionary. You'll discover many more deep dive videos to engage with. Thank you for watching Rootvolutionary. I will see you in the next video.